Hello guys, and welcome back to today's video. I have a book haul for you. I honestly can't remember the last time I made a book haul. I know it's been a very long time. I tend to not buy a ton of books at the same time. It's usually like 2 a month or something, so it was pointless for me to make a book haul if I had bought books like months and months before that. So today is different because last month I just decided to buy a ton of books, and this month it started the same way. So I have a few books that I want to talk about because I'm gonna say it now, I am excited to get to all of them. And most of these books, some of these books you guys have already seen on my previous TBRs, or I've shown them when I get them on my blogs. But in case you guys haven't, this is the time for me to show them to you guys. I will try to briefly describe each book, but I don't want to make this longer than it should be, so I'm just gonna get started with the first book. The first book I have to show you guys is A Song of Wrath and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. This book came out last month, if I'm not wrong, like at the beginning of the month, and I have heard amazing things about this book. Everyone that has read it, it's like in love with this book, so I want to get to it soon. I love the cover so much. This book, it's a fantasy inspired by West African folklore, and I think and we're all here for it. It is a hate to love romance, which I have no problem with. I actually think it's one of my favorite tropes, if I'm not being too out there. We have a dual point of view in this story, and our main characters are Malik and Karina, and it involves a competition, and they don't know, but they are after each other and most likely trying to kill each other. And I can't wait to get to this one because it sounds amazing. The next book I got is The Devil's Thief by Lisa Maxwell. This is the second book to the Last Magician series, which I read the first book a month ago, and I loved the book. It was amazing. I love the magic. This is an urban fantasy, and we follow our main character, Esta and Hart, who in this book are they're tracking down 4 elemental stones because of what happened in the first book. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they are also running away from the Order and new and old enemies, so they have to get away with things. I love Esta's affinity. She is able to manipulate time, so she can time travel, and she's an amazing thief as well, so she's pretty much a time traveler thief. What else do we need? This is the second book to the series. I believe she's coming out with the third book. I'm not sure if it has been announced, but I really want to get to this book, so I am ready for when the third book comes out. This next book, I haven't heard much of it here on BookTube. I've heard about it on Bookstagram a lot, and that is Dark Shores by Danielle Jensen, and she has a second part to it. And if I'm not wrong, you can read either the second part first and then this one, because I believe there's a third book which will connect both books. And if I'm not wrong, and that's how it is, I am so intrigued by the way of writing. And from what I know and have read, this book, we follow our 2 main characters. One is a pirate and one is a soldier. So when the Empire Senator discovers the Dark Shores, he captures Diana's crew, who is our pirate and one of our main characters, and then he threatens to reveal our soldier's dark secret, who is Marcus, I believe his name is. So our 2 main characters now have to sail in pursuit of a conquest, and forcing the 2 of the characters to have an alliance. And that's all I know about this book. Like I said, I don't know much about it. It is shorter than the other books, so I am looking forward to get to this book. The next book I just have to say how much I love the cover because it is stunning. I just think it's an amazing cover as well. It is The Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Pure Dye. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but this book, I didn't know much about it. I saw a lot of people reading it and picking it up and liking it, and this book involves romance and a lot of dark magic, which I am here for. And the idea here is that the Bone Criers kill their true love. I might be wrong. Bone Criers are women and they kill their true love. I'm not sure if there's also guys involved in this. The idea of a Bone Crier is that they have to kill their true love as a sacrifice to the goddess. And our main character Alice has been trained since she was born that she has to kill her true love, who happens to be our other main character, Bastien. But Bastien is looking for revenge for the Bone Criers since his father was killed by one of the many Bone Criers, and things happen after that. As like I said, it is love story with devastating outcomes. Maybe, I'm not sure how that's gonna happen, but I believe Alice has a best friend who's trying to help them out, and we'll see how that goes. The next book I want to show you guys just came out yesterday, and I am so intrigued by the plot of the story, and it is called Lobisona by Romina Garber. Can we just stare at this book cover for a bit? They are killing the game with all these book covers. They are all amazing book covers, and this one, it's amazing as well. This book, it's right here in the front, it says undocumented, unprotected, unafraid. So the main plot of this story, I thought it was just a pure fantasy story, but it actually, from what I can tell, it's sort of like a magical realism story. This book is inspired by Argentinian folklore, and I am so excited about this book. Like I said before, our main character, Manuela Azul, like, can we just call her Azul the whole time? But we call her Manu in here. She's running away from her father's Argentinian crime family, and she moves to Miami. She's undocumented. Her mother is arrested by ICE, and Manu finds this hidden world that explains more about her family, and this is the magical realism aspect of this world. This new world that she finds will give her a lot of the answers to her father's side of the family, and there's werewolves involved in this, so pretty cool. I like the last line of this. It says, she learns it's not just her US residency that's illegal, it's her entire existence. So looking forward to this one. I'm just gonna stop commenting on the covers and how excited I am about this book, because this next book, it's everything, and that is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. And this book, it's what it says it is. It's a Mexican Gothic story, and can we just take a moment to take that in? It's a Mexican Gothic story. What else can I say? Our main character in this book, it's Noemi Tabaoda. And she's a fancy lady. She's smart, she's tough, she's not afraid of things. But then she receives a frantic phone call from her cousin, who just happened to marry a stranger English man. So I think now we can start looking at the Gothic aspects just by that. Noemi goes to the High Place, which is a house in the Mexican countryside, and when she gets to the house, she starts having dreams and visions about blood and doom. Can we say more about Gothic stuff? Yes, we can, because pretty much we discover that this English family, it seems like this family has a dark secret that we might find out about it. I personally don't like scary stuff. From what I've heard, It's pretty scary, but I can deal with gothic stuff. I like gothic stories. I took classes about gothic romance. I really enjoy it, so we're looking forward to this one. So we're gonna follow with 2 romance stories that I am looking forward to. And the first one is Bringing Down the Duke by Avi Dunmore. And because I don't know much about this book, I'm just gonna quickly read from the back. We are following Annabelle Archer, who is the first female student at Oxford University. Her scholarship demands that she recruit men of influence to champion the Racing Women's Suffrage movement. Her target, the cold and calculating Duke of Montgomery, commander of Britain's politics, and then things are just going to go down from there. Really like the cover as well. Beautiful covers. And speaking of beautiful covers, we have this beauty. It's You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria. I haven't read anything from this author, but when I saw that this book was being released, it had me at the title. No, too soon? Okay. So in this story we followed 2 actors who are, I think they are going to be shooting a romantic comedy television show, and from what I've heard of this story, it just involves a sort of like telenovela romance story in real life. It reminds me a lot of Jane the Virgin in a way, but you know how, if you guys watched Jane the Virgin, you guys know how Rogelio, Jane's dad, had the television show within the show. It just reminds me of that. Like, we're gonna be seeing their real life, but then we're also gonna have glimpses of the show, probably, or like telenovela style. If you guys have watched the show, I hope you guys know what I mean. I think this is gonna be a fun romantic story, and looking forward to it as well. Okay, lastly, we're almost done. Like I said, I have 3 more books, and these books are in Spanish, so I don't think they are translated. I will check and let you guys know in the comments if they are translated. But the first 2 books I have are El Príncipe del Sol y La Ladrona de la Luna, and they are written by Claudia Ramirez Lomelí. I had these 2 books in a vlog and I showed you guys. I'm not entirely sure what the plot of the story is. They are fantasy books. There's a prince involved and a moon thief on this one, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. They're beautiful books, and I started reading this one, so I need to finish it. Just wanted to show you guys the books because they are beautiful. And the next book I bought yesterday, I actually watched the interview from the author, and she has my last name, so seeing my last name in a book was just amazing. And I found it at Barnes & Noble yesterday, and I just thought I had to get it because I really liked the plot of the book, and that is Algún Día Hoy by Angela Becerra. And this book takes place in Colombia in the 1920s, and if you guys don't know, I am trying to read as much as I can from the 1920s in Mexico or in Latin America, and this book just seemed like a good idea. But it is about 800 pages long, and it's the kind of book that has a lot of words in the page, but nonetheless it sounds like an amazing story. There is romance in this, but if I'm not wrong, our main focus on the story is feminism, and our main character, Bestabel, it's gonna be a big deal in the feminist movement during this time. So I think it's gonna be an amazing story if I'm not wrong. And to finish this, honestly, these are the last 3 books I'm gonna show you guys. They're not really books. I mean, they are books, don't get me wrong, but they're graphic novels. I'm trying to get into the graphic novels, and I just finished watching Avatar a few months ago, and I discovered that Avatar has graphic novels that take place after the show. So I have the first 3 parts of the first little series, I guess. The first book is The Promise Part 1, The second one is The Promise Part 2, and the third one we have The Promise Part 3. I already read The Promise Part 1, so I have to get to this too. Like I said, I was so happy when I found out that there were more Avatar stories for me to get to. I am watching The Legend of Korra right now, and I do like it. I know a lot of people don't enjoy it as much. I do like it, but I still wanted to see what happened after Avatar the show. And you know, and if you guys are wondering, I love Toph. She's one of my favorite characters, and then Azula is also one of my favorite characters. Alright guys, so that was all I had to show you guys for this book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. At the beginning I was just gonna show you guys the books without giving you guys like a small synopsis of them, but I just realized that I just wanted to show you guys why I want to read these books and why I bought the books, because I am interested in them, and I usually tend to just buy books without looking at the synopsis. I tend to not look at the books, like what the books are about. I usually go with my intuition and what people say about the book. If someone just tells me I like that book, I will most likely buy it without reading what it is about. So I just thought a little change wouldn't hurt me, and it is nice to know ahead of time sometimes what the book is gonna be about, instead of always being surprised. But anyways guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys haven't noticed, I did buy a new camera, so I am recording this on my new camera. So let me know if you guys enjoy this a little bit more. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.